All right, welcome to the first episode. Well, kind of. We're going to rewind that. This is the episode 0 for our new show, The Car Ride Home. So, this is the episode that we're going to go and just introduce ourselves and pretty much give some backstory of who we are, what the show is going to be about, and a little bit about the network it's going to be on. So, with that, Johnny, why don't you give a little where people can find you? And you know the rundown. We do this
Yeah.
on our other show.
Yeah. I'm John, also known as Johnny the Greek, on Twitter at OrangeMan3142. I'm a co host writer for our other site, IDP Guys, but also a gigantic nerd.
Hmm.
So that's why I'm here. We'll be talking a lot about Star Wars, Star Trek, Marvel, DC, stuff, video games, stuff like that. And yeah, that's I've been into that since I was a young kid. So that's why I'm here. Charlotte, how about you?
Uh, well, so I'm Charlotte. I am Nathan's fiance.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
He.
We'll go into a little more about the how we
Um,
got this together, but
What's your Twitter handle so the
that's
fine
a very good
people
question.
can follow you?
So you can follow me on Twitter at Charlotte5490 or on Instagram where I'm more
yeah,
at Charlotte Ayres 1.
you like
I
movies.
like yeah,
Yeah.
I like a lot of movies. I like all the comic book movies more so since Nathan and I have been together. I
Yeah.
think I'm a massive Harry Potter nerd
Mm.
Mm.
for my entire life. That's pretty much it.
Nice.
Superheroes and Harry Potter.
Yeah. We see a lot of movies.
We see a lot
Yeah,
of
we do
movies
see a
Yeah.
lot
together.
of movies.
Yep.
So for me, my name is Nathan Cheatham. I'm at Nate Cheat on Twitter. Um, I love movies. Been watching movies, reading books for a lot of my life, and we go and see movies all the time. So, we started a. We'll talk a little more later, but talk. We started a football show and all that stuff, and this is kind of the next step is to get into talking about movies and pop culture and stuff. Before we go on to the show concept, let's just give our top 5 movies uh, for each of us.
Yeah. Just to give you an idea of what we're into.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably not going to find a lot of I don't know, cats or I don't know.
I am a musical theater fan,
Yeah.
but not Cats.
Right.
No,
Right. This is more going to be
Taylor Swift cats.
There you go. Yeah, no, this will be more nerdy stuff, movie wise. Anyway, that we'll be talking about. Sure, I'll lead off here. So top five, that's tough, obviously, but I'm gonna go number one, Braveheart.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a classic. One of those movies. No matter if it's on and edited, always gotta sit down and watch it. Star Wars, obviously, had to narrow it down to one. I'm gonna go Return of the Jedi over
Ooh,
Ooh.
Empire. I just thought that was really great. That's my favorite. Top Gun would be three. Terminator 2 Judgment Day would be four. That's excellent. And Aliens would be five. So those are my five. Charlotte, how about you? What's your
Mine are
five?
very different. So, Harry Potter, I don't know if I can pick one, but I think if I had to pick one, it would be Order of the Phoenix.
I was gonna say that. I think that would be my top for the Harry Potter.
I think
Bottom would be Harry Potter 3, the third one. The
you don't like Prisoner of Azkaban?
they messed it all up compared to the book.
They messed a lot up. But still, Order of Phoenix. Thor Ragnarok was
Nice.
my favorite Marvel superhero movie because it's fucking hilarious. Ratatouille.
Okay. Okay, gotta throw the. Is that
Little animal.
Pixar? Or is,
Disney Pixar Ratatouille. Little it's a
mm-hmm,
rat who cooks.
true.
I
And
appreciate.
you are a cook.
I am. And I have newer movie Birds of Prey.
Okay.
I loved it.
Mm.
I want to see it again.
Oh.
And then also randomly, 10 Things I Hate About You,
Mm.
which is a really good movie.
I don't think I've seen it.
You,
The rom com.
it is an old like 90s rom com. Heath Ledger,
Okay. Yeah. I don't
young
know.
baby face Heath Ledger.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so for mine, I'm going with some classic Johnny Depp with
Ugh,
Blow.
I love him.
I watched that the other day. Love that movie. Everything about it.
I just love Johnny Depp.
And then got to get a Scorsese film in there with Goodfellas.
Mm,
I think that is one of the best ones of that like series, like Casino,
yeah.
and recently did The Irishman. I think
Yep.
Goodfellas
Yep.
Ooh,
is
I
kind
like
of
The
the top.
Irishman.
Those are good. Farfangul.
Yeah.
Prosciutto, buttafuoco, spaghetti and meatballs.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then I gotta get some Kevin Smith, Red State.
That's a
Oh yeah.
It
very odd Kevin Smith choice. It's a
Yeah.
great movie, but considering.
thinking of all of his movies, I think Red State is really the best one. I
It's a
like
really good movie.
Dogma. I like
Ugh,
some of his
shit
early
monster.
stuff, but Red State is just first off, it's so like outside the norm of what
Yeah,
he does.
It's way different.
It was the movie that he
Yeah.
put out that everyone was like,
Yeah.
"What? That's Kevin Smith?"
Yeah.
Right. But it was just masterfully done and it just all around like exciting and good. Die Hard
Mm.
is just a classic.
Yep.
Gotta watch it every Christmas.
Oh yeah.
I do not join in him.
Yeah,
with
Charlotte doesn't
watching.
watch as much, but you know,
Watch by myself.
yeah.
Fine.
And finally the shared with you, Johnny, Top Gun,
Yeah.
which Charlotte refuses to watch, and we might make her for this podcast.
Oh, y'all
Yeah.
suck.
Yeah. Well, if she watches Top Gun, you got to watch Aliens. I know
You're
you
gonna
don't-
watch some
yeah,
horror.
Yeah.
You're gonna watch some scary
It's
shit.
not even really horror. It's more sci-fi.
But still, if
True.
you're gonna, if
and
you're,
there's so
you
many.
make me watch that.
Right. There's so many memes that you'll understand after
Yeah.
you see that too. Like,
I think have watched some of that movie. I don't know.
Nathan's not a fan of
I'm not a good fan
scary
of horror.
or
Things that jump out at me.
right.
you
Just
screamed in the movie theater at a trailer.
I did last time we
Recently.
went. Was that Birds of Prey?
We would see,
Quiet Place.
It was
is
the trailer for
trailer.
A Quiet Place
Yeah.
2, and he screamed like a child.
Yeah.
I was not
Yeah.
expecting that to happen.
Real
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. Nate's had a tough year at the movie theater.
Oh man. So, well, let's go into a little bit about the show concept, how we came up with the title, where all of this spurred out of. Johnny, you want to intro that?
Sure. So we've seen basically every major good movie together as a 3-person team for the last how long? 5 years?
3, 4
3,
years.
4, 5
Well,
years.
it started with Star Wars when we were living up in Enfield.
Right.
And that was when we
Like-
first moved out here. So, yeah 5 years.
Yeah. So we see every movie, and we usually hold our commentary / review until the car ride home,
Yeah.
which is the name of this podcast. And we just, we talk about it. We go over, do we like it? Do we hate it? What do we like? What do we hate? And, we go to the movies a lot. So
Mhm.
this is a chance for you to maybe, we'll try and keep it non-spoilery. If it's something new,
Mhm.
if it's something old, then,
That's your own
you
problem.
should have seen
Yeah.
it by now. But we always kind of go over what we liked, what we hated, and we're gold members at AMC. Like that's how often we go. Like,
Yeah. Our what was it? The membership's paid for itself.
oh
Like,
yeah,
So
$15 a
much.
year, and
Right.
you get $5 back after so much spending. Like,
It's usually like one trip to the theater, and we get $5 back.
Yep.
right? Yeah. So it's great. So we're going to be doing this as a YouTube show as well as podcast.
Mhm.
It is on the Reiter Digest Network, which is a network that Johnny and I kicked off as like a football show. Our other podcast, IDP guys. Also, there's a cat running around, so don't mind her. She owns this place apparently. But
She owns everything.
so this is our first step outside of football,
Mhm.
outside of sports, and we brought in my fiance. We've been together for 6 years, 5-6
5 and
years.
a half.
Yeah, getting married this October, so that's taking that
Halloween,
next
baby.
step.
Yeah.
But we've been
Congrats.
planning this show for about a year now.
Yep.
And for those that want to see how the sausage is made, there's probably going to be some technical difficulties with this first show. I can already see my camera went off. So bear with us. We're gonna grow and get better with time. And that's kind of the whole thing with the Reiter Digest Network is we're just some people that wanted to have some fun with in the podcast space, and we're going into YouTube. So It's not a big budget. We just kind of throw together what we can and hope that it is enjoyable. So if you're listening to us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, please leave us a review. Let us know how we're doing. If you see this on YouTube, just leave a comment. Let us know, and subscribe to the page. So with that, we're gonna break down our rating system that we're gonna use for this show. It's kind of unique. We came up with this about a year ago and started testing it on some movies. So we're gonna see how you guys like it. Charlotte, you want to explain the rating system? Because I think you'll be more entertaining.
Sure, I can try. So instead of a 1 through 5 stars, blah blah blah, we kind of have a system where it's a scale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if it's very bad, very, 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 very bad, and we never want to see it again, it gets 5 Rian Johnson.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm never going to say his name.
Because he's a
I won't
terrible,
either.
terrible
He ruined
director, and he
Star
ruined
Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Ruined it so much. And if it is the best and amazing, it will get 5 Tom Hanks.
Because he's the
Tom
best.
Hanks is literal perfection.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone loves him.
And we're hoping he gets through this
And
illness.
he needs to get better and
Do more movies.
never go
Absolutely.
away.
Yeah.
So it'll be like a sliding scale of that, like one to 5. So if it's like 10 total, right? 1 to 5 would be Rian Johnson's. That's in the bad area,
Mhm.
right? And 5 to 10 would be you're starting to get into the Tom Hanks. So
Yeah.
that's kind of how to look at it. And what are we gonna be looking at? Watchability, rewatchability.
Yeah. So we kind of broke down our categories when we finish up a movie, synopsis and discussion. We're going to grade that movie with rewatchability, the plot and story, and the acting.
Yep.
And kind of have a conversation there and give our consensus of that. So for just to give an idea, why don't we pick a movie and just see where it would fall on the scale?
Sure, just as an example.
As an example, what do you think?
Yeah. What do you want to go with?
Let's go with.
I mean, we're gonna cover this, but let's just do Joker's rating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Okay.
that.
So rewatchability.
Absolutely.
I think it's high.
Yeah, I would
Real
probably
high.
put that at a 3.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks.
Yeah, I'm good with a 3 or a 4 Tom
3 or 4.
Hanks. Yeah, because I mean, there's enough Easter eggs, and it was
Mhm.
well done enough that you can watch that a few times and still pick up things.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
Yeah.
I do
I wouldn't
think
turn it
that.
off if I came across it.
Right.
Right. Yeah, you
Yeah, I'd be
definitely
like,
jump
oh, yeah.
into that. I think it's one of those movies that does better in theaters too. When we get to the Joker, I have some opinions on that. But if you're not clued in at the beginning, you can get lost
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
not have the impact.
Doesn't
at the
really have
end.
like a pop in throughout. Like some movies you can just like maybe miss a little bit in the beginning.
Yeah,
That one's kind of like you
it's
need
like
to watch the whole thing
Mm-hmm.
start
Yeah.
to finish to really understand and see
get the impact
his
later on.
crazy.
Yeah, but I would definitely say, the rewatchability on that is high.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So then plot and story.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where I kind of knock it a little bit. Give it like 2.
I was
1
gonna
to
say
2
like
Tom
I was gonna
Hanks.
say like 3 Tom Hanks. 2 or 3 is
Pretty middle.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a good
Good.
story. It kind of caps, options for afterwards, which is DC's problem in general. I feel
Right.
like is they never laid the groundwork.
Their
that
movies
Marvel
never kind
did.
of go together
Right. They're all
the way the others they
yeah.
they're very one off because
Right.
they
Yeah.
always change the actors, change the story.
Right.
Unlike Marvel, who
Marvel's like
plans
they,
out 10 years.
in
and everything.
advance, yeah.
everything is so
Yeah.
linked together.
Right. So that's an issue. So that's kind of the only knock I see with that.
Yeah. And finally, the acting.
5 Tom
5.
Hanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix killed it.
Right. Did he win an Oscar for that?
Yeah,
He did.
so.
Did he?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
he won a couple because he was given
Yeah,
some like
'cause
crazy speeches.
right, Brad Pitt was supporting actor,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
Joaquin Phoenix was overall.
Yeah.
Wow.
actor. Okay.
So, okay, I did this on Twitter, but I ranked my Jokers.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you rank Joaquin Phoenix?
He's 1 or 2 for me.
You really think so?
Yeah.
I was getting a lot of
I
flack.
think he would be one of my favorite Jokers, Heath Ledger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
So
It's tough to beat that Heath
because
Ledger.
Heath Ledger was so perfect in that role.
Right. And when you have a role drive you to kill yourself, basically, that pretty much
that role kind of
immortalizes it.
just sent him off the edge.
Right.
Right.
That's tough to beat.
I
So,
think
was so into
acting
it.
wise, Heath Ledger is definitely, I mean, just one of the best
He
performances
really was.
as an actor.
mhm.
As far as Jokers go, I kind of categorize them into two. You've got the Heath Ledger more realistic Joker,
Yep.
and then you got the Mark Hamill cartoony Joker.
Right.
And I think Joaquin Phoenix is more of the realistic, and
Mhm.
I feel like he takes the Heath Ledger Joker and takes it a next step.
Yeah, he's a little more believable
Mhm.
than the Heath Ledger Joker.
So
but-
that's kind of why I my top three is Joaquin, Mark Hamill, and then Heath Ledger, just
Mhm.
because it's the same type and type of Joker. So it kind of bumps Heath Ledger, but I think he's a great performance, and it was a great Joker.
let's test one more category.
Okay.
One more segment. So, what are you guys doing? What's new? What are you doing? So this is something we're probably gonna do at the beginning of each episode or at the end, whatever. We haven't figured it out yet.
It'll
Yeah.
come
But
together eventually.
yeah. But what are you doing? Especially now, especially since everyone's locked down and there's
Oh, yeah.
nothing to do.
I wish I was on lockdown.
Yeah.
So bad.
Right.
I don't want to go to work.
And it's about to be the summer, like entertainment options. This isn't the beginning of winter where HBO is pumping out a million
Yeah,
things
there's,
and all
like,
the
nothing.
movies are in theaters.
Everyone's kind of expecting all the sports, so there's
It's downtime.
Right.
yeah.
Right. It's
It's
all
supposed to be
downtime.
sports time.
Yeah. So
Right.
so what's a new show, game, movie series, whatever? Charlotte, how about you? What are you watching that's new or doing that's new?
I've been watching a lot of a show called Outlander. Nathan thinks it's the weirdest thing.
Yep, I know that show.
On Stars.
It's like weird porn.
No,
It's on
it's a
Stars.
time travel story.
It's time travel.
Yeah.
Time traveling porn.
It's a lot of gorgeous Scottish men
Yeah.
and accents. That's amazing.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
the best part.
Is there wiener?
I did see a couple, yeah,
All
and I
right.
thought about y'all.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
It Stars, so they show everything.
Perfect.
I think it's on season 5. I'm on season 4, trying to catch up.
So
Yeah.
give us a quick synopsis.
It is
what's
a
it
woman
about?
in the 40s or 50s, just after the war, on a second honeymoon in Scotland, and then she time travels through these magical stone things to 1700s
Mhm.
Scotland, something like that,
Yeah.
and just kind of she gets kidnapped and then she falls in love, and she ends up staying there for 3 years, whole life, and then has to come back during the Scottish Revolution or kind of that kind of thing, because she thinks everybody's gonna die. So he sends her back, and he doesn't die. But it's a lot of war things. You like that kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
fighting and battle scenes and stuff. But it's just really interesting to me.
I've heard good things, and,
Yeah.
and it's got the 2 W's, war and wiener. So
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Lots.
I might have to add that to the list.
It's
Takes
pretty
that
good.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, but with dicks.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
All
but
right. Well, the Game of Thrones
yeah,
had some wieners.
they had
yeah.
some wieners.
Took them a while.
HBO just loves to throw wiener shot in for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, remember Westworld season 1
Oh,
where
yeah.
they panned over
Yep.
and it was just big shot of dick.
Yep.
was
Absolutely.
great.
Yeah.
Um, we probably should preface that we don't have much of a filter, so
Yeah. We'll probably throw some kind of disclaimer before this, because that's always been our style. Is we're just gonna say what we're gonna say.
yeah,
So.
for sure. So Johnny, what are you doing?
Well, so I got the week off coming up, so I was looking for entertainment options. I downloaded The Last of Us last night for PlayStation and started that because it's won all these awards. It's supposed to be this incredible game that I just never get around to. And there's kind of like a drought right now. Like I guess Final Fantasy VII comes out in a couple weeks, so that'll probably be the next thing I get. Um, but yeah, there's a bit of a drought, so I downloaded that. It's a zombie apocalypse game where you're this guy and his daughter gets killed in like the first 5 minutes. So he's got this like hole in his heart where his daughter was. It's like a 12-year-old girl gets shot by the army during a zombie apocalypse.
Mhm.
And then you end up through a series of events having to take care of this similarly aged girl that looks kind of like your daughter, who ends up is like being the key to the virus, like a cure to the virus. And you have like everyone wants her, everyone wants to like carve her up for pieces and shit, and you got to protect her. So it's pretty good so far. I'm like 5-6 hours in. It's good stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. What about you? What are you watching or doing?
I would probably say that as far as new things that I'm watching is Picard
Yeah, oh yeah.
on what's that?
CBS, All
CBS
Access.
All Access. That
Yeah.
is, it's pretty good. I'm enjoying it. It's a lot of the drama of that you expect with Star Wars, but there's a lot more action. So kind of the premise behind this is it takes place after what is that, next gen?
Yeah, like 20 years after Next Gen.
Yeah, 20 years after Next Generation.
Yeah.
Jean-Luc Picard is retired in France in the future, and there's a prop like someone's in trouble. Essentially,
Mhm.
they reach out to him, and then first episode get blasted.
Yeah.
And so he kind of has to hunt down someone else that is connected with this, and he gets onto like the Borg is involved.
Yeah.
He's kind of been like, what is it, kicked out of Starfleet?
Yeah,
he resigned, but not in
right.
good
Yeah,
terms.
he's been disgraced a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of things going on there, and he's just kind of navigating all of this stuff and trying to hunt down
he's opened a giant can of fucking worms.
Yeah.
And he's Picarding his way out of it.
But it's been good. What's it, halfway through the season?
I don't even know. I think we're getting towards the end.
Probably getting pretty close.
Yeah, but you gotta go watch all Next Generation to get all the backstory stuff. Like that's
and that's the thing with me is I'm not as much of a Star Trek nerd as John is.
Yeah.
My introduction.
A lot of people are as big a Star Trek nerds as John is.
Very
No,
true.
to be honest, I
think it takes a lot to beat that.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen every series, every episode, and I'm rewatching every series, every episode. I find it calming. I really do. Like as a kid growing up watching it, it's a positive view of humanity in the future, which is clearly never going to happen.
Especially not with
the
chaos we are in.
Right, but it's like a utopian society where no one has money and you do the job you want to do, and it's just about exploration and building a better future. And that's like so 180 from what actual life is that it's kind of a calming thing to watch and enjoy.
It's a nice escape.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great escape, so that's why I like it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I got introduced to Star Trek when I was in my mid-teens with Enterprise when that came out. So before that, whenever Star Trek came on, I was just too young to be interested in that, and I'd change it over to Nickelodeon or something. But Enterprise really kind of opened my eyes to the world of Star Trek. And even though most older Trekkies think it's one of the worst franchises or series out there,
it was chronologically though it was good because it kind of sets up everything else. So
I always liked it. And so
but Discovery really got you into it.
Yeah, Discovery was big when that kind of came out. Very
a lot of oh shit moments.
Yeah, all the oh shit moments, the suspense and everything. And I've gone back, like we've watched the TRS,
we watched some of the original movies,
series.
The original series, and yeah.
And it's good. I like it. But yeah, Picard is it's something I kind of watch while I'm working, and outside of that, like I'm going through The Office for the 50th time.
Too
So
many.
Yeah,
Too many
well,
times.
we got Westworld tonight. I don't know when this is getting released, but Westworld season 3 starts tonight.
oh, it
I
does. It
never
starts.
Yep.
finished season 1.
Well, you
I
should.
don't know how that happened. How did we get to season 2?
Well, we were watching Westworld together, and then for season 1, and then I think something popped up, and
I started working crazy early in the morning
That's what
and
it
going
is.
to
Mm.
bed.
yeah,
And
Yes.
y'all watched it.
They started catching shit towards the end of season 2. People were like, "Yeah, this is too much. I'm not watching it," because it's a thinking show.
yeah.
So this year they're just like, "Fuck this. We're gonna get Aaron Paul, and that's just gonna bring everyone back in." And they're absolutely right. That's what I've heard from literally everyone. Is they got Jesse from Breaking Bad. I'm
Yeah.
getting caught up. I don't give a shit. Like I'm
Yeah.
watching this.
That's funny. But all right, well, so that is our 0 episode. You got a little taste of who we are, what the show's about, and we even jumped into some talk about our favorite shows, movies. We've explained our rating breakdown. So we're going to we've got our next 4 shows planned out. So we're going to do Rogue One, Joker, Terminator 2, and personal favorite, Uncut Gems.
Keep that in mind.
That'll be a very good one to talk about.
Right, and something else to keep in mind when things like the Black Widow movie, Wonder Woman 84 or 8, whatever it is, come out, we'll be there like opening night or the night after, and then the show will be out that weekend. So if you want to wait and get a review first, see if it's worth your money,
Yeah.
this is the place to come to.
Yeah, we're gonna do specials for previews of shows. That'll be the car ride there,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but all under the car ride home brand. And but we're gonna try and keep this going weekly, and we've got episodes planned out for the month. So this will be a fun journey, and hopefully our production quality will only increase as yeah. So well, thanks everyone for listening in. My name's Nathan.
John, follow Tony Johns, worship Babu Freak, and protect Baby Yoda.
I'm Charlotte. Thank you. You can follow me on all the things that Nathan, I'm sure, will put on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.